Yesterday, shortly after Joe Biden's campaign announced that they had selected Senator Kamala Harris as his running mate for 2020, Donald Trump Jr. decided to get in on the action, right? I mean, obviously this thing is blowing up all over social media. It was the story of the day. And Trump Jr. thought that he could land an attack that would end Harris's campaign before it even really started. Here's what he did. Little Donnie Jr. gets on Twitter. Actually, before he gets on Twitter, he finds a link to an article from The Hill from earlier this year, where Senator Harris said that she believes the Biden accusers, the women who have accused Biden of sexual misconduct and inappropriate touching. Trump Jr. gets the link to that article, tweets it out with just one comment. The comment is, "Yikes!" in all caps, followed by 4 exclamation points, because dang it, he wanted you to know that this is yikes. And this is the woman that Biden has picked to be his running mate? Oh my God. Luckily, this attempt to really get a good zinger in there on Harris fell flat immediately. Because everybody on social media was very quick to point out that people in glass houses should not throw stones. Because, yeah, Biden's been accused of some horrible things that he's done a really horrible job of answering for, to be honest. But even his horrible job is still somehow better than Donald Trump and his response to the more than 20 women who have accused him of the same thing and or worse than what Biden has been accused of. In fact, I mean, just last week, actually, a judge ruled that the defamation case against the president can proceed because Donald Trump called the woman, E. Jean Carroll, who accused him of rape, he called her a liar. And now she's suing him for defamation, just like Summer Zervos, who the president also called a liar, is suing the president for defamation. I don't see anybody suing Joe Biden for these things. But that doesn't for a second excuse what Joe Biden did. See, even though Donald Trump Jr.'s attack here resulted in him just face planting and getting roasted by social media, it does bring up a valid point. And that is, it doesn't matter what's sitting there on the other side. If your defense of any of the accusations against Biden is, yeah, but Trump, nope, you've already lost. You don't ever, I don't care what it is, you don't ever defend something by saying the other thing is worse. You don't do that. That's a crappy argument. And it also shows that you don't have a real defense for what you're trying to defend. It doesn't matter if you're talking about, oh, well, Biden's been accused. Yeah, but Trump's been accused by like 40 women. That doesn't make this okay over here, though. Okay, it's not the lesser of 2 rapists. We can't have that. And unfortunately, that is what Twitter made it out to be. Yeah, it sent Trump Jr. running home with his tail between his legs. But it still doesn't offer a good enough explanation as to what actually happened between Joe Biden and Tara Reade. That's what the public needs to know. This is something I think Joe Biden should address again. I think he really should. I absolutely 100% think he should. And yes, he has already done a much better job of addressing that than Trump has with any of the accusations against him. But at this point, I don't care what Trump has done. Trump's not ever going to win my vote. Ever, ever, ever. Biden has a chance to do it. And I would like to see him try. I would like to see him come out and offer us really good evidence as to why this didn't happen. So far, he hasn't necessarily been able to do that. I would like to hear from Tara Reade again. This stuff doesn't just disappear, but we've allowed it to disappear. And by allowing it to disappear, you give the Republicans the opportunity to be the ones to bring it back. Because they know all the stuff about Trump. It doesn't bother them. It doesn't. But with Biden, it does. So it is a real issue. And mark my words, if Biden doesn't jump out there and get in front of it right now, the Republicans are going to throw it in front of him, creating a massive hurdle for him as we get closer to the election.